Conversationist Coffee with Willie McNair. Welcome back.
All right, y'all, we back at it again with another episode of Conversationist Coffee. It's your host with the most, Ricky McNair. So, as you guys know, I try to put out an episode every week for you, right? So with that being the case, we always have a urban entrepreneur. I usually feature them, and it's usually a dope, episode. I haven't had any better episodes yet. So make sure you guys tell a friend and tell a friend. Make sure you tap in, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit up Joy. Joy was the person I featured. Her line is called Sincerely Emotional. Again, that's Sincerely Emotional. I'll have all the information in the description below. Make sure you stay tuned. Conversations Coffee is always coming at you with new stuff. And again, as always, make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. CIC family, we here. We ain't going nowhere. Stay tuned. It's about to be a dope one. Like, subscribe, share. Leave me some comments too, man. Let me know what you think. All right, let's go. All right, y'all, welcome back again. This is Conversationist Coffee, and I am here with Sincerely Emotional, and this is Joy. So Joy has a lot in store for us today, and we want to give a big shout out to this month, the month of May. There's something that's near and dear to both of our hearts that actually transpires in the month of May, and it's something that we actually look at and we should actually take heed to, especially in our community, and understand what it's about. So with that, Joy. So what do you have for us today?
Good morning. Of course, my name is Joy Easterling. I am the owner and founder of Sincerely Emotional, which is just a brand I started in 2020 during the pandemic.
Okay, cool. So do you have like a purpose or mission statement or something like that you want to provide for us this morning so we can kind of get the gist of the company and the products and everything that you provide?
Yes. Sincerely Emotional aims to provide comfortable and creative apparel that inspires women of all ages to heal from emotional hardships. And through our diverse clothing line, we design with affirmations and expressive writing. We inspire to create hope and growth from one life change to the next is our purpose.
Okay. That's outstanding. So as I can see, you have your logo on the screen behind you, and you also have some merch behind you. So would you mind showing us some of the merch and so we can kind of check it out? So basically, you can go ahead and grab them so we can see them and put them like towards like the camera light.
So this would be our just typical branding shirt as far as our Sincerely Emotional shirt. Then we have this on our website as well as one of our favorite shirts is the I Love Her, She Is Me. I came out with this affirmation as just a way to tell yourself I love you, self-care, self-love. I came up with it because so many times we are so quick to get in a relationship and we, go and tell that person I love you. But how often do we tell ourselves like, I love you? So that's why I Love You, She Is Me shirt is now available it has been out for a while. That's one of our favorite shirts. And then we have one more that I'll hold back for a little bit later.
Okay, cool. So do you have any mugs, anything else going on? Do you have any with you?
Yes, we do have some of the other products, which is our Sincerely Emotional mugs, as well as our Strength Comes from Healing, as well as blankets. Sometimes during the winter, we have hats, toboggans, just a variety of different things. I try to be creative and see, what people may want or need going through certain situations. The blankets, I came up with the blankets because during certain times, sometimes you just want to cuddle up on the couch and, especially if it's a I love her, she is me blanket, that just makes a statement within itself. And then our other affirmation is our Strength Comes from Healing, which, is the shirt that you will be seeing in a few minutes. But that affirmation came about when just going through tough times, and I believe in order to become a stronger person, no matter if it's physical, emotional, mental, financial, spiritual, you have to heal first in order to strengthen yourself in whatever situation you're going through. So I envision especially that type of blanket given to someone that is either going through something. They might be in the hospital. They may have just experienced, any type of loss or just, different situations in their life. Or just as a reminder, just mentally, if you're going through certain situations, it's good to, just have that reminder of the Strength Comes from Healing shirt or a blanket or a mug.
Wow. That's like a definite, sincerely emotional moment, just in a sense. So just kind of getting the conversation started about this actual month and what does this month represent, the month of May. Can you give me some feedback on that, just to educate the community?
The month of May is it's Mental Health Awareness Month. And so I just wanted to make sure, coming out with this type of shirt or brand that, people really take, just take a moment to, if you're going through anything, reach out for help if you need to reach out. This month is also kind of near and dear to my heart because my nephew actually passed away of leukemia on May 2nd in 2016. And so just, I always do certain things around his birthday or just anytime that, I think about him, I just always, make sure that I bring awareness to, childhood leukemia. That's why I'll go ahead and stand up. That's why I came out with the Strength Comes from Healing. And I had my sister-in-law actually pick out the color because the gold represents the childhood leukemia and childhood cancer. So, just kind of going along with that, as well as the mental health awareness, it's just super important to, like I said, during times where you're not feeling like yourself, because you may think, okay, I'm not going through depression, or I may, not go through certain situations. But if you're even just not feeling like yourself, talk to someone, talk to a counselor, reach out to maybe a pastor or something like that if, you are spiritual, and just try to get help.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I think, unfortunately, we don't really seek the help and the assistance that's needed within our community. And that's basically just the urban community when it comes to things of mental health, and just having that understanding of it's okay. It's okay to seek help. It's okay to seek assistance because I'd rather you call me, I'd rather you text me, I'd rather you speak to me than me not having that availability to reach out and speak to you and help you out in that situation. I may not have all the answers for you, but at least I can be a listening ear for you, to kind of listen and understand and try to understand what it is that you're going through at whatever circumstance. I'm not certified. I'm not, a pastor, a minister. I'm just a listening ear, So just to have that aspect on the table is actually, phenomenal.
And just to bring awareness to it, I mean, that's phenomenal in itself, because we have to actually, take heed to this, because it's real. We're all human. We all go through things, especially, some of the best people, they have the ups, they have the downs, just like everybody else. They may not just show it as much. Just the other day, someone told me I was emotionless, and I was like, how am I emotional? I mean, emotionless. I'm a Cancer. I'm supposed to be emotional.
Mhm.
And I just look at that from a military standpoint, like, just being in the Marine Corps, it just helped me. And it's unfortunate almost, it helped me to like hide things. Like, I don't express how I feel. I don't say what I'm going through on a daily, but, even me as a person, I go through things all the time. But, I just have coping mechanisms to actually deal with them, and ways of, kind of relaxing, digressing, and kind of falling back to say, um, this is the situation. This is how I should actually deal with it. And I'm grateful for that too. And then we were talking earlier, Joy, and you spoke of something, and it was some kind of way how you write down your notes and all that good stuff. So was that kind of how you came up with Sincerely Emotional?
Correct. So when I was actually pregnant with my son, I was a junior in college, North Carolina A&T State University, Aggie Pride. So just, going through being in school, being a newly, mom, at working, part-time, I used to just write stuff down. So let me like just, and it doesn't have to be writing down things. And I call it expressive writing,
Yeah.
because it doesn't have to have, the correct grammar. You can scribble, scrabble, you can doodle, you could do whatever just to get whatever out. And so I used to jot down stuff. I used to write poetry. I used to just write down words. I used to research different words. And just with that concept, it just kind of helped me get through being a student, being a first time mom. And it was funny because I did tell my son's father, about Sincerely Emotional. And then I kind of actually forgot about it. 10 years later, he was like, well, why don't you do something with Sincerely Emotional? I was like, you remember that? And he was like, yeah. So that's where it started up. I want to say 2012. I started, kind of jotting more of my poetry down. I actually have an affirmation journal coming out pretty soon. I'm in the process of getting the ins and outs of that together. So I'm very excited about that. It's going to be it's called I Love Her, She Is Me Journal, affirmation 30-day affirmation journal. So yeah, it kind of started with that. And sometimes when you forget about something, God allows other people to remind you, like, hey, this was meant for you and you need to do something with it because it's a gift of yours. And I wasn't the type of person who even claimed I'm a poet. I really don't. I just say I'm writing down my thoughts. And when I share some of my thoughts with other people, and it is funny because I can listen to someone's story and write it down in poetry form.
Yeah.
And when I do that, it surprises me sometimes. I'll go back and reread it. I'm like, did you really write this?
How did
And
I write this? Yes.
yeah, and also with Sincerely Emotional, with my name being Joy, my name is an emotion. So it's kind of like when developing Sincerely Emotional, like I'm kind of putting that signature on these poetry, the poems or letters that I'm like just getting out. So
Yeah.
dope.
That's actually pretty interesting. Just to give some, just to kind of piggyback over that. I do the same thing, but I do it with quotes.
Okay.
I don't know where they come from. Sometimes I'm sleeping, sometimes I'm in the shower, sometimes I can just be doing anything. These quotes just come to me, and I just actually write them down, and I actually post them. And it's like, I think for me, it inspires me myself, because it's a lot of times, like you said, Joy, uh, I have that reading it back to myself. I'm like, did I just write that? Like, how did I come up with that? And this there's a lot, happens a lot of times too. Like, I'll present them to people, and they're like, did you write that? And I'm like, yeah, I wrote that. It's mine. No, you didn't. You didn't write that. It's like they don't believe me, and it's like, well, okay, if you don't want to believe me, that's that's up to you. But I think there's power in words. There's power in writing. So that may be a place that you can play
Absolutely.
on power in writing, because when you write things down, um, things come to fruition.
Right.
When you write things down, you release certain toxics and whatever it is inside of you because you wrote it down. When you write things down, it gives you a purpose. It gives you a why. It gives you understanding of what it is that you're trying to do, what it is that you need to do, and basically how to do it, how to get it done. So it's a lot of things happen when you write.
Yes.
So with that, Joy, what do you see? Sincerely emotional. Did I say that right?
You did.
Okay.
You did.
But what do you see the company going in the next couple of years?
Um, well, as of right now, I'm a one-woman show.
Yes.
So I really see developing, a group of people who are just as passionate as I am about the purpose. And or either women who purchase a shirt or just if they purchase the shirt or even just have the same passion as me, even starting their own business. I did have my first testimony of a young lady just, telling me her story. And, she wants to do the same things that to help women that, she was in a certain situation. So just hearing those things, I'm like, wow, like I really want to just see it grow, to help other women. And just as someone reads my shirt, maybe it's that same thing to say, hey, maybe I do need to heal from whatever I'm going through. So it's business wise, I would like to see, of course, it grow into more of a company having partners and different things. But it's really about the women and men, because even though my target market is women, strength comes from healing. That's a non-gender, type of shirt.
Yeah.
So a man can wear this shirt when he's working out because, or, just whatever it is.
Yeah.
But the ultimate goal is for people to start writing down their affirmations and just a way of helping themselves in a positive way.
Yeah.
And if if the business doesn't even grow, which I know it will because I'm writing my goals and stuff down too,
Exactly.
but I really just want people to get the help that they need in order to succeed, basically.
Okay. So, I was actually going to hit on that. It's surprising that you actually stated that. And I was like, even like the shirt, the red shirt back there behind you. I mean, just to do something like that for men, that would be pretty dope as well. And
I've gotten requests.
especially with those colors. I mean, I love the colors. Those are the Kappa colors. So I gotta say, yeah, I like that. But even so, because again, when we grow up, it is unfortunate, and I'm pretty sure you're very well aware of this, Joy, especially with having a son, but back in the 80s growing up, in the 90s and the 2000s growing up, and even before that time frame, it was almost like a sin for a little boy or a young man or even a man to cry or show emotion, right?
Mhm.
But studies, life, scientists, everything has shown that men have these same types of dealings, on a daily basis as well. And just to shed some light on that as well, I think that there's a need there because it's not enough of that. I do understand women, you guys go through the bulk of situations, but just we like some shirts too. That's all. That's all I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, oh yeah. I have definitely gotten requests, where's the guys' shirts? When you gonna come out with guys' shirts? And I mean, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to come out with the strength shirt.
Yeah,
Because we do consider, our men are strong.
yes,
And so, but in order, even when the concept of working out, in order for you to become stronger, you're lifting weights, but the muscles do break down. And
yeah,
in order for you to be stronger, the muscles have to heal. And
yeah,
then you can lift that, 200-pound weight or whatever the case is. So, it's just taking the moment to heal,
yeah,
because if we don't heal, in this generation, what do you think the next generation is going to look like? And we're going to continue to do the same thing over and over. So if we take the time to heal, and I do have a poem that says, take time to heal, but if we take the time to heal, we just, that next generation is going to be better. And then if, whatever they're going through, taking the time to heal, it's just going to be, we're on a path of wealth. And, even when it comes to our mental, health. So it's so important.
Yeah. And it's crazy that you actually meant that you put that into perspective with the wealth. But I'm gonna tell you something, if your mental is not in check, that wealth is not gonna be in check. Because you're not gonna be able to work. You're not gonna be able to get up and do, if you're an entrepreneur, you're not gonna be able to get up and actually do what you need to do for your consumer. You're gonna get bad reviews from your consumer. It's gonna shorten your money. It's gonna make life even more stressful. So you have to actually keep that mental health in check in order to provide for that wealth, so that wealth can be in check. A lot of people don't think that those two things coincide with each other, but they definitely do. If that mental health is not in check, I mean, you can't be a construction person, own a construction company, and go to site and start spazzing out or just having a mental breakdown and don't want to speak to people and expect for that to be a productive day. I mean, you have to talk, you have to communicate, you have to do these different things. So if your mental health is not in check, there's no way possible that the rest of everything else in your life is going to be in check. So you have to take that time to heal and grow and continue to do things the way you're supposed to, and get that help if you need it. Honestly speaking, I mean, no matter what, you have to, especially for yourself, for your significant other, for the people that you just interact with. And I'm in total agreement with you on that perspective, Joy. So any final thoughts before we wrap this thing up? And before we wrap this thing up, I want to make sure that you guys like, subscribe. Make sure you check out Joy. I'll have all of her information in the description below. I'll have her website. I'll have her contact information. Make sure exactly what so make sure you guys hit her up. Make sure you shop with her. Make sure you guys actually, give her a couple of comments. And guys, fellas, listen, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I can almost promise you, if you put a quote out there in the comments of a shirt, Joy may be willing to make it happen. I don't know. Just put it out there. We'll see. We'll see. We'll just put it out there because a lot of things happen with words, and we're all good with words, but sometimes there's certain words that we can actually gravitate to. And there's nothing wrong with putting it out there, giving out suggestions or whatever have you. And the suggestions is exactly that. It's a suggestion that, hey, this might be a good idea. The person doesn't have to take it if they don't want to. So Joy, are there any final thoughts?
Well, my final thought would be just, write stuff down. If you're going through anything, reach out to anyone if you need help, if you're not feeling like yourself. And just, really take time for yourself. Take time to heal whatever you're going through. I just want to kind of give you one of my short poems that I always like to say. It's called Yours Truly. It's respect me, protect me, love me, trust me, believing in myself, motivating myself, inspiring myself, branding myself. I, for one, am like no other. Yours truly, me. And so that is going to be also in my workbook. And just know whatever you can, whatever you want to do in life, do it, and just write whatever your goals, your passion, your emotions out, and you will accomplish anything in life.
Yes, that is the definite truth. Write it down, pursue it, don't give up on it, and just keep going. Yep. So with that, guys, that's Joy. I'm Ricky, and this is Conversations Coffee. I'll have all of Joy's information in the description below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and check Joy out. Check out her website, check out her merch. And this is Conversations Coffee, and we're out. Peace.
Imagine beats this ahead.